Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Shoshana Roll-Farquharson. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news this evening, as the new Davis administration begins to form the next government, 9 cabinet ministers have been sworn in 4 days after a landslide victory at the polls. Tonight, the nation's leader shares how his team will meet the needs of this country head on through innovation and action. The oath of allegiance administered by His Excellency Governor General C.A. Smith was taken by the 9 appointed cabinet ministers who were sworn in during a special ceremony included 2 honorable senators and 7 from the Honorable House of Assembly. The first to be sworn in was Senator the Honorable Ryan Pinder, Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs, Fred Mitchell, Minister of Foreign Affairs and Public Service, Glenys Hannah Martin, Minister of Education, Technical and Vocational Training, Alfred Sayers, Minister of Works and Utilities, Michael Darville, Minister of Health and Wellness, Michael Halkitis, Minister of Economic Affairs and Leader of Government Business in the Senate, Clay Sweeting, Minister of Agriculture, Marine Resources and Family Island Affairs, Wayne Munro, Minister of National Security, and Jomo Campbell, Minister of State for Legal Affairs. Bringing remarks was Prime Minister Philip Brave Davis.
The severity of the fiscal crisis cannot be overstated. And our economic crisis is intertwined with our health crisis. These are not distant problems seen only on the evening news. These are problems that are present in the daily lives of Bahamian families across the country. Many thousands of Bahamians are out of work. People can't pay their bills. We're losing too many loved ones to the virus. Bahamian school children are falling behind.
Davis says that this team will meet the challenges of the day head on through innovation and action.
I'm honored to introduce you to the first set of ministers who have been sworn in today. They are the initial members of a cabinet which will reflect the breadth and depth of the competencies and characteristics of our team. Experience combined with innovation. Expertise combined with a willingness to see things anew. Integrity and a strong sense of purpose. They're receiving these appointments because of their determination to get things done.
But the nation's leader says one thing is certain.
I'm confident that these first appointed members of our cabinet team are ready to deliver on the promise of a new day for our Bahamas. A lot of people are suffering, and there is a lot of work to do. We're not going to ease into things slowly. We're going to move with the urgency that this moment requires.
Well, the Parliamentary Registration Department releasing the official results of the September 16th general election. It confirms that the PLP won 32 of the 39 seats, with the FNM holding on to the remaining 7. The PLP dominated the Family Islands, taking every seat except for Long Island, and also secured 2 of the 5 parliamentary seats on Grand Bahama. Now, voter turnout is estimated at around 65%, and that is considered the lowest general election turnout in the modern history of the Bahamas, and a decrease of 20% when compared to the 2017 election results. Former Member of Parliament for West Grand Bahama and Bimini, Pakeisha Parker Edgecombe, thanking constituents for the opportunity to serve. In a press release, Edgecombe thanked all those who supported her and says while she knows that many are disappointed, there is a higher duty than the one owed to a political party. The former West End and Bimini MP says disappointment must be overcome by love of country, noting that all must put country before party and stand together. Edgecombe Edgecombe adds that, and she says that she does regret the fact that she didn't get the chance to stay and continue to fight for the people in this constituency over the next 5 years, especially for those who need burdens lifted and barriers removed, especially for those who feel their voices have not yet been heard. The former MP says this campaign ends as it began, with faith in God and in the country, while also expressing gratitude to campaign staff and volunteers. Parker Edgecombe says she wishes MP-elect Obadiah Wilshcombe the very best. Switching gears now, the Grand Bahama Health Service is advising that COVID-19 vaccinations have resumed on Grand Bahama. Vaccination centers have been set up throughout the island, and residents are advised to make appointments as soon as possible. Shamila Mizik reports.
Distribution of the Johnson & Johnson and Pfizer COVID vaccine continuing on Grand Bahama at Christ the King Auditorium and the Susan J. Wallace Center. Member of the COVID-19 National Consultative Committee, Dr. Danny Davis, says, to date, the process has been going well, and he's encouraging more persons to take advantage of the available vaccines.
We have 4,000 slots available for persons to come and get their vaccines. And thus far, we've got maybe half of those filled. So we're really encouraging Grand Bahamians to come out and get vaccinated. The process is nice and efficient. There are no long lines. So we're saying, come out. We're pleased thus far. On Fridays, when individuals can get a AstraZeneca second dose, but all other days you can get a Pfizer or a Johnson & Johnson.
Now, the Pfizer vaccine has been approved for distribution to adults and young people ages 12 through 17. And Dr. Davis says since its rollout here on Grand Bahama, there has been a great response.
We've definitely seen children from ages 12 to 17 come out now that it's available. We've seen families come out, and that's really quite touching to see. You have a mother, father, and maybe 2 children, and they all come in and get their vaccines at the same time. So for them, to me, that's very encouraging. In some instances, we've had individuals who would have gotten the vaccine as adults, and at the time when they got their vaccines, their children were not able to receive the vaccine, but now that we have the Pfizer, they're bringing their children back. So we're allowing those parents to walk in with their minors and accompany them through the process.
He's sharing this advice to those who may still have some hesitancy about taking the vaccines.
I think those persons should probably talk to someone who's been through the process, other than me as an organizer, and get an honest opinion from a client as to how the process went. They can get a true feel with no perceived bias from me as to how long did it take, did they feel any soreness. Talk to your friends who've done this and get a first-hand account from the people you know. Someone who's had COVID, survived the ordeal, and is now taking the vaccine, those individuals, I think, would be good champions for why you would want to take this. Because from my understanding, it's not a pleasant experience. And so we'd want to have that first-hand account, that testimony from someone who's had who's been afflicted with COVID. And I think that'll be an opportunity for you to get a good first-hand view of why you would want to take this vaccine.
Dr. Davis is encouraging those residents who have made appointments to come at their appointment times for a smoother process. However, he says walk-ins are also welcomed.
We encourage you to go online and make an appointment. By all means, though, we're saying to you the option to walk in is available to you. We're saying there's no need for you to come first thing in the morning. You can come at 9 o'clock, you can come at 11 o'clock, you can come at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Walk in, we're going to accommodate you. Our mission here is to see if we can get the country vaccinated. We're not turning people away. We're saying come in, get vaccinated. We have a process that's easy for you to do it, a process that doesn't involve long lines. And we're saying take advantage of this now, please.
Shamila Mizik, ZNS Network News.
Thanks, Jamila. Now to your vaccination tracker. Some 184,461 doses of the vaccine have been administered to date. 114,333 people have received 1 dose of the vaccine. 73,901 persons have been fully vaccinated. On Grand Bahama, a total of 24,752 persons have been vaccinated, and 9,569 are fully vaccinated. In Abaco, 4,602 have been vaccinated, while 1,793 are fully vaccinated. Over in Bimini, 948 persons have been fully vaccinated, and 387 are fully vaccinated. To register for the vaccine, you can log on to www.vax.gov.bs. Meantime, 4 additional COVID deaths to report tonight. All females ages 40 to 73, all from New Providence, and the deaths were recorded between September 4th and 8th. The death toll is now at 510, and an additional 30 deaths are under investigation. There are 100 new COVID-19 cases, 89 in New Providence, 3 in Grand Bahama, 4 in Eleuthera, 1 each in Abaco, Cat Island and Long Island. There are 1,781 active cases, 17,783 recovered cases, 156 hospitalized cases, 23 persons are hospitalized in Grand Bahama, and 5 are in the intensive care unit. And on to some sad news. Police on Grand Bahama reporting 2 murders within 2 days. The latest taking place in the International Bazaar on Friday. Police tell us that a shooting incident occurred around 11 p.m. Initial reports say a group of men were involved in a physical altercation. As a result, 2 adult males received gunshot injuries about the body, and another adult male received stabbed wounds. They were taken to hospital in a private vehicle. One of the shooting victims was pronounced dead. Tonight, Jay Philippe talks with a youth leader about this latest turn of events.
On Friday, September 17th, videos went viral on social media involving an altercation at a business establishment in the area of the International Bazaar. According to police reports, 2 male adults sustained gunshot injuries about the body, while 1 adult male received stab wounds. Shortly after, one of the shooting victims was pronounced dead. Now, this recent homicide has raised some concern among residents on Grand Bahama. Local activist Dudley Sage shares his thoughts on the incident that occurred and the effect it now has on the individuals who were involved.
It's heart-wrenching. Today, a mother is crying for her son, but is dead. And today, a mother is crying for her son who may be going to Her Majesty's prison. I think at the end of the day, a lot of the young men don't think. When you're in the heat of a battle or in a fight, everybody laughing or teasing. At the end of the day, when you go to prison by yourself.
Sade says young men should avoid using violence in these instances. He suggests that more attention should be focused on this type of behavior.
We need a task force. If they could take time to make a task force for COVID-19, they did it because they say how serious COVID-19 is. People are dying. It's the same thing with these our young men in our streets in the Bahamas. They are dying in front of us. We have a crisis. And I think we need a special task force just for that, to stop the gang violence, stop the senseless killing.
Sade also suggests that young men should exercise better problem-solving skills when faced with violent confrontations.
Most of the times when you say in a bar or anywhere with a bunch of people around, is because in their mind they think they lose the fight. And they could walk away, but the whole problem is when you walk away, they consider you as being weak. But when you walk away, I think you're strong. And I think that's the message we need to figure out, to let them know.
Investigations are continuing into this matter, but for now, Sade is appealing to young men on Grand Bahama to put down the guns and knives. I'm Jay Philippe, ZNS Network News.
Well, 2 adult males are assisting with the apparent murder in the International Bazaar. On Thursday evening, an 8-Mile Walk man was gunned down outside his home. It is reported that the man had just arrived home when he was approached by a gunman who shot him several times about the body. He was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Investigations are continuing into both incidents. Stay with us. There's more news on the other side of the break.
Now. Treat large and small generators, propane and butane stoves, LED flashlights, fuel canisters, coolers, batteries, gas and electric chainsaws, cooking supplies, tarps, matches, duct tape, and more.
Best rate, no delay. Best rate, no delay.
BTC gives more savings on the best fiber internet. It's super fast with super savings in every package. Compare and see for yourself. Enjoy the best home internet experience for all your work, study, and entertainment.
Best rate, no delay. Best rate, no delay.
Visit a a BTC store to sign up for the best internet experience on the Bahamas' best fiber network.
Step out of the box and put some color in your stride. Esquire Men's Freeport has the latest in foot fashion. Call them today at 352-8816 or shop for shoes online at www.esquiremen.com.
Third Dimension on Yellow Pine Street introduces its new home improvement center. Step into our brand new fully stocked showroom for the latest in doors, tiles, housewares, kitchenwares, bathwares, vanities, power tools, electrical, and plumbing supplies. So stop by our showroom to view our full range of products or call the Home Advisor hotline at 602-0935 today. We are your home advisors.
We do it better. We do it better.
Hi, I'm Olympia Ferguson from Budget Pest Control. On Grand Bahama, there are only two types of homes, those with termites and those that will have termites. The signs you should look for are drywood termite fecal pellets, subterranean termite shelter tubes, and of course, damaged wood. We now have on Grand Bahama the Coptotermes formosanus, or the super termite, which can do extreme damage in a very short period of time. To know more and to protect your investment, contact the termite experts at Budget Pest Control. With us, it's not just a company behind you, but a family. We are located on 13 Forest Avenue. Call us today at 351-7378.
Take your time, take your time. You sure, right? Yep.
Money short.
You sure? All right.
Money short.
Okay, okay. Miss.
You know Lou's a buying, right?
Oh, you must be getting kids mealy. Man, I ain't bring no money like that. Plus, you know you greedy.
Well, today is your lucky day.
Oh.
Check out the ZNet Shopping Network. See what deals they have on food.
Look here. Boy, Madcap got some super deals. Check it out. You got a $25 coupon for 15 and a $20 coupon for 10.
Well, Madcap it is.
All right. Hey, I roll them with you, eh?
Log on to ZNSShoppingNetwork.com and get your deals today.
Best rate, no delay. Best rate, no delay.
BTC gives more savings on the best fiber internet. It's super fast with super savings in every package. Compare and see for yourself. Enjoy the best home internet experience for all your work, study, and entertainment.
Best rate, no delay. Best rate, no delay.
Visit a BTC store to sign up for the best internet experience on the Bahamas' best fiber network.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The Reach Out organization getting some assistance from two political leaders in the Grand Bahama community. The presentation taking place prior to Thursday's general election. Ramiko Knowles reports.
Catering to the wider community is what the Reach Out Youth Organization is all about, and that is why the president of the Reach Out Youth Organization, Dudley Sade, says he's excited to begin the process of building a shelter in the community.
We've been feeding so many families because at this time, like I said, a lot of people are not working. So we had to concentrate on helping families, helping young men. But now we getting ready to construct this building. So I just want to say a special thank you to CIBC, who decided to donate the property to us, and I hope that we get it done hopefully in about 2 years.
The property located at the rear of the Reach Out Center is the designated site for the shelter. Incumbent for the Marco City constituency, Michael Pintard, says he's grateful to SAID for all the contributions he's made to the Marco City constituency.
I'd like to say on behalf of the government, thank you for the sacrifices that you've made on behalf of Bahamians in general, young Bahamians on the island of Grand Bahama in particular, through a variety of initiatives. You have been at the forefront of the beautification and cleanup programs on this island for quite some time. And the port has been wise to partner with you, as has other citizens, in the work that you continue to do to restore Grand Bahama to its former glory.
The PLP's candidate for the Pine Ridge constituency, Ginger Moxie, says her relationship with the Reach Out Youth Organization began several years ago through her former employer, and she's happy to support them.
Throughout the years, I've just been very supportive of everything they've been doing. They have made such a difference in the community, not just in this community here, but throughout the island of Grand Bahama. And so I continue to support them in the various initiatives, including the prison program and all the other programs. And so, of course, I am excited to be a part of this, and just seeing the progress that Reach Out Ministries has been able to do, and also the impact, of course, throughout the entire island of Grand Bahama.
Now, SAID says he's hoping to start construction early next year. Ramiko Knowles, ZNS Network News.
In other news, the Pi Upsilon Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated is joining historically black colleges and universities, HBCUs, around the world to celebrate HBCU Week. President of the local chapter, Felicia Seymour, says that today is recognized as a $1 million drive day, where the sorority will team up with the corporate office to raise $1 million to be donated as scholarship funds for HBCUs across the United States.
Of course, education is key, and when we look back at our history, education to people of color was not always accessible. So we always want to support those who supported us, and so even though, we can't use the funds for our school here, it's always good to give others an opportunity to go abroad, to be educated abroad. I was educated abroad at a PWI, shout out to PWIs, but this initiative is very important just because of the education aspect of it as well. Our particular goal is $2,000. You can do that by donating just $35 to our RBC account number 170539, in the name of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority. This is our 4th year, actually, and every year the sorority itself, we got the $1 million target. So any little bit helps. Don't think that the $35 is too little or too small. Or if you want to do more, we are accepting more as well.
Well, chairperson for the HBCU for Life Committee, Shelley Stewart Roll, says the week of activities kicked off yesterday with a virtual church service. On Tuesday, the sorority will honor local and international leaders from HBCUs, and on Wednesday, HBCU entrepreneurs will be highlighted.
We have created a HBCU directory in which it will be posted on our Instagram page as well as our Facebook page, so the community can go and look to see who attended an HBCU school, and if that person is in their area, in this area, we would like you to please go and support them, because in this economical time, everything helps to build up the business and sustain the business and encourage the business owners to stay apart. We are also having on Thursday, where we will recognize some of our HBCU scholarship recipients.
And that is a look at stories making news. Here's a check on what's happening in sports with our Jay Philippe.
Good evening, I'm Jay Philippe and welcome to Sports. It was a busy weekend for a number of Grand Bahamian athletes. In sports, let's jump right into it. Jonquil Jones and the Connecticut Sun closed out the WNBA regular season with a 14-game winning streak, topping the Atlanta Dream 84-64 on Sunday. The Sun finished the regular season with a 26-6 overall record with a 15-1 win-loss record at home. The regular season champions will now have 9 days off before playing in the semifinals against the lowest remaining seed. Jones, the MVP candidate, scored 15 points and grabbed 10 rebounds in 28 minutes of action. Now on the season, the 6'6" All-WNBA performer has had her best year as a pro since being drafted into the league. She finished the season ranked 4th in the league in scoring with 19.4 points per game while leading the league in rebounds this year. She also finished in the top 10 in both blocks and field goal percentage. Switching gears now to soccer. Two of the top female soccer players from Grand Bahama was on full display on the weekend. Freshman Gabrielle Sims and her Division I Kansas City University team took on Dayton University on Saturday. That game ended up in a 1-1 draw. Now junior midfielder Mikhail Yalop and her Grayson University team won over Evangel University 3-2 on Saturday. And finally in sports, Michael Strawn and his Indianapolis Colts still looking for their first win of the season. The Colts lost to the LA Rams 27-24, which puts them at 0-2 for the year. Strawn was targeted just one time and did not register a reception during that game. The Colts will look to get in the win column this weekend when they travel to Tennessee to take on the Titans in Week 3. That's a quick check on sports. I'm Jay Philippe. Be blessed.
Elevate your fiber home internet and unlock an unlimited mobile experience.
Island Bedding is the Bahamas' leading manufacturer in mattress sets. But did you know we also carry top quality products like pillows, comforters, sheets, and much more. Our furniture line is also expanding to meet the needs of those rebuilding. We have bedroom sets, sofa beds, recliners, accent pieces, and so much more. Come and experience Island Bedding today, where everybody deserves their own island.
Hi, I'm Wes. I like to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I would like to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Let us put shoes on your feet.
The Bahamas Institute of Business and Technology transformed my life. It gave me the opportunities that I needed to succeed. I benefited from their affordability and was able to complete my associate's degree on time. Their day, evening, and weekend classes meant that I didn't have to leave home or quit my job to pursue my dreams. Generous scholarships and installment plans made it easy for me to cope financially. BIBT was the right choice for me. Why not make it your choice?
Apply today at BIBTBahamas.com.
Home Design Center is your one-stop shop for all your home and office needs. Whether you're just completing your new home, redecorating your office, or remodeling moms and dads, our chic interior designers are able to cater to any look and need. Located at the Gold Rock Complex, Freeport, visit our 20,000 square foot showroom and find exactly what you've been looking for. Call us today at 351-6561 and speak with one of our furniture experts. Home Design Center, make your house a home.
King of the North is back. Power 104.5 FM.
I actually like the coconut water. I find it to be rather refreshing and quite tasty at the same time. And actually, look at the calories. It actually works for me.
Tell us why you prefer our JBI Junkanoo juice.
Yes, I like this juice because it's all natural. It has natural preservatives. It reminds me of home. And my baby likes this juice, okay? And it's affordable.
I use the kidney beans and milk because it gives me a flavorful rice and a nice pot that everybody loves.
I prefer your tuna because it's chunk and it's light
and it has no flavor like any other.
I've been using JBI black beans because it is I'm gluten intolerant, and I don't need to pre-cook it. It's already pre-cooked, so it's easy for me to use, and I don't have to worry about any hypersensitivities to the food.
Bye, JBI.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Chad Dean, Mr. Typo himself, you are our Facebook friend of the day. We appreciate your support. And that is going to do it for us here in the North. On behalf of our entire ZNS News team, I'm Shoshana Roll-Farquharson. The Bahamas Tonight continues.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, the national report, the Davis administration takes shape. A financial expert weighs in on the country's downgrade. A further increase in the COVID death toll, and the U.S. announces a new travel policy. Find out what that means for you. Those stories and more when the Bahamas Tonight, the national report, returns.
Do you know that adherence is more than taking medications? It calls to you to stick to the medical regimen as prescribed by your healthcare provider. Please keep your lab appointments, as these determine the effects medications are having on your body. Follow-up doctor's appointments are necessary, as this is the time when the doctor performs a physical examination and discusses any test results and any concerns or issues you may have with your course of treatment. Sticking to prescribed diet and exercise regimens can improve medication effectiveness and contributes to overall health and well-being. Make a commitment today to be adherent to your medication regimen and practice healthy living.
This message has been brought to you by the Bahamas AIDS Foundation with funding provided by PEPFAR, USAID Local Capacity Initiative Small Grant.
This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC Superfast Internet for Less. Best rate, no debate. Sign up today.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Akush Lapinder. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the national report. Thanks so much for tuning in. The composition of the new Progressive Liberal Party government taking shape as an additional 8 cabinet ministers were sworn in today during a ceremony at the Bahama Resort. Keishla Adderley has the story.
10 cabinet posts in the Davis administration have been filled. 6 of the appointees have held cabinet posts in the past. They are Minister of Foreign Affairs and Public Service, the Honorable Fred Mitchell, Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs, the Honorable Ryan Pinder, Minister of Education, Technical and Vocational Training, the Honorable Glenys Hannah Martin, Minister of Works and Utilities, the Honorable Alfred Sears, Minister of Health and Wellness, the Honorable Michael Darville, and Minister of Economic Affairs, the Honorable Michael Halkitis. The remaining 3 appointees, the Honorable Clay Sweeting, will serve as Agriculture and Marine Resources Minister, along with a portfolio of Family Island Affairs. Wayne Monroe, QC, will serve as Minister of National Security, and the Honorable Jomo Campbell, Minister of State for Legal Affairs. Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis characterized his team as one of innovation and experience.
The severity of the fiscal crisis cannot be overstated. And our economic crisis is intertwined with our health crisis. These are not distant problems seen only on the evening news. These are problems that are present in the daily lives of Bahamian families across the country. Many thousands of Bahamians are out of work. People can't pay their bills. We're losing too many loved ones to the virus. Bahamian school children are falling behind. Too many young people can't see a future here. I want to be clear. We're not here to tinker at the edges of these problems. We're here to meet them head on.
Now faced with one of the most urgent and perplexing challenges, tackling COVID-19, Minister Michael Darville is pushing free testing.
The first thing I need to do is I need to get to work tomorrow. We have dedicated our time. We have been speaking about free testing in our 10-point plan. We are about to activate. But I do not want to preempt anything because I have to speak with the representatives at the Ministry of Health, the PHA, all of our nurses and doctors. This is a national partnership. This is not a one-man show. We definitely need to get everyone involved. We need to get all hands on deck.
Minister of Economic Affairs, the Honorable Michael Halkitis, says assessing the country's economic state is key to clawing back to fiscal health.
As the public finances put in place a debt management strategy, the public very concerned about the level of the national debt. As you know, one day after the election, we were downgraded by Moody's, and that has implications for our borrowing costs, etc. So first order of business, going to the office, have the officials give us a status report on where we are, and then begin to move from there.
There are more cabinet appointments to come in the days ahead, though it's unclear how many, and they could come, we understand, as early as tomorrow. Of course, other appointments are pending, including the Senate, but as we learned today, Senator Michael Halkitis, the Minister of Economic Affairs, will serve as leader of government business in the Senate. Ryan Pinder, the Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs, will also serve there. Keishla Adderley, ZNS Network News.
Well, a leading historian and professor at the University of the Bahamas offering insight and analysis into last week's general elections. Our Desmond Saunders has the story.
The 2021 general election is now history, but no doubt political experts will be analyzing the results for quite some time. The Progressive Liberal Party clinching its victory at the polls, winning 32 or 39 seats. The PLP also capturing a majority of seats in the Family Islands. But with over 190,000 registered voters in this year's campaign, Associate Professor of History at the University of the Bahamas, Dr. Christopher Curry, is concerned over the low voter turnout in this year's election.
In the Bahamas, we normally average between 88 and 92% in voter turnout. We had well below 50% in our voter turnout. That may, in fact, be a result of a number of things. First of all, obviously, with the pandemic, people were reluctant to go out into large crowds and possibly be a part of a super spreader. Secondly, owing to possible voter suppression, we had issues with voter transfers. Also, an election in September when you had students abroad, and then persons who were quarantined, again, they were allowed to vote, but then the fear of voting. So that all affected, I think, the low voter turnout.
This year's campaign also saw the emergence of 73 female candidates vying for office. 7 were elected to serve in the Progressive Liberal Party. Curry believes this speaks to the advancement of gender equality.
We'll mention, though, that we're well below where we need to be. I mean, that's less than 20%. We need to get closer to 50%. We're well behind our Caribbean colleagues where they have female prime ministers in Barbados, in I believe, Trinidad, and recently in Jamaica. So we are not where we need to be.
Corey also making this observation with regards to the current voting trend of the Bahamian electorate.
One of the things that I see clearly is we've had for probably the last 4 or 5 elections, actually going back to 1997, a flip-flopping. The incumbent party is not able to retain its position as the governing party. And so this was the case again in this election. We're also saying the flip-flop also in the last 2 elections particularly have been by landslides.
The Associate Professor of History recommending the digitization of the voting process, electoral reform, and a mass voter education campaign. Desmond Saunders, ZNS Network News.
Still to come, the latest COVID-19 stats are in, and the U.S. government to implement a new COVID-19 policy for international travelers. Those stories and more when we return. And remember to tune in to the morning edition with LaDawn Davis and Charles Fisher at 7 o'clock weekday mornings. We also have news updates at every hour starting at 2 p.m. You can then watch the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, at 6:30 and the National Report live at 7 p.m. All right here on the ZNS Network.
This portion of the news was brought to you by Sun Oil Limited Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
Hear that? If you listen closely, you can hear the heartbeat of a nation. That unique sound of a great country, pounding with colorful history, a rich culture, and unwavering ambition. When you look around, you recognize its pulse. The people who love to celebrate, who identify with triumph, a people who know how to be our brother's keeper. Commonwealth Bank, built by Bahamians, here for Bahamians, Bahamians helping Bahamians.
Across the Bahamas, we're more connected than ever before as we upgrade and expand our network, elevating your connection with BTC Superfast Fiber Internet. More people can access the best high-speed internet on our upgraded all-fiber optic network, providing you with a better experience working remotely, learning virtually, accessing more from home, and connecting with more opportunities. Visit our website or any store to upgrade to our super-fast fiber internet experience on the Bahamas' best fiber network.
You know that feeling you get when you have an uncontrollable desire for fried chicken? That's the KFC, a substance that stimulates your senses to identify the aroma of our secret recipe or an extra crispy crunch from any distance. It's invisible to the naked eye, but you can feel it traveling throughout your body, taking control so you can enjoy a juicy bite of KFC. Ignite your senses with KFC.
There's nothing as powerful as knowing where you belong. No more waiting. It's time to come home. Come home to friendly smiles. Come home to convenience. Come home to more interest on savings and lower fees. Come home to our bank and your bank. Come home to Bank of the Bahamas, your bank of solutions.
Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 9th Fifth Terrace, Centerville, right in the heart of the medical service epicenter of Nassau, Bahamas.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Local financial expert Gowan Bowe among those not at all surprised about the country's credit downgrade after Moody's on Friday held on to its negative outlook, moving the Bahamas from BA2 to BA3. Chief Financial Officer at Fidelity Bank and Trust, Bowe reasons the country's financial circumstances have deteriorated, begging the need to be reassessed.
Tourism and our primary source of gross domestic product has remained interrupted, and we have had significant expenditure in assistance and social benefits, etc. So our deficit for the last 12 months is actually one of the largest, if well, the largest on the record in Bahamian history, and our debt has now exceeded $10 billion. So I think when we put it into that context, our circumstances are worse than they were last year. And so when you have an objective third party looking at those circumstances, it stands to reason that they see our financial credibility having suffered some deterioration.
Now here's what he believes is behind Moody's decision.
They took the position that we were certainly in a weaker state, and so our credit rating should accordingly be adjusted lower. I think, though, it is important to understand the consequences of that and not overreact, whilst at the same time not be dismissive.
Now to the latest COVID stats, 34 new infections on record, 28 of them New Providence residents. Another 4 people are positive on Grand Bahama, 1 each on Exuma and Mayaguana. The total count there, 20,249. At last count, hospitalizations were at 164, with 141 people listed as moderately ill, the remaining 23 in the intensive care unit. We're now at 17,000+ people having recovered from the virus, 4 of them yesterday, September 19th. Well, the U.S. to relax its restrictions for foreign travelers in the coming weeks. The White House today announcing that beginning November, foreigners will have to show proof of vaccination along with a negative COVID-19 test. You may recall non-U.S. citizens who had been in Europe, parts of Asia, and a number of other countries 14 days prior to entering the U.S. had been blocked. Now, apart from showing proof of vaccination and a negative test, that test must be taken within 3 days' flight. Fox News cites White House COVID-19 coordinator Jeff Zients as saying it was not immediately clear which vaccines would be acceptable under the U.S. system and whether those unapproved in the U.S., such as AstraZeneca, the more common here in the Bahamas, could be used. That decision, he said, is up to the Centers for Disease Control. Airlines see the new U.S. travel policy as a lifeline for the industry that has been limping its way back since the start of the pandemic last year. The Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine could soon be available to an even younger demographic. The pharmaceuticals giant Pfizer-BioNTech announced the results of its phase 2/3 clinical trial on children ages 5 to 11 that it says shows the vaccine has a robust antibody response at that age group with the immune response similar to what it produces in the 16 to 25 grouping. This is the first set of data for a COVID-19 vaccine approved in the U.S. on that particular demographic. 2,268 children between 5 and 11 years old participated in the vaccine trial, where they were given a 10 microgram vaccine dose spaced 21 days apart. The dosage smaller than the 30 micrograms given to adults. In the release, Pfizer's executive chairman and CEO Albert Bourla says to date, hundreds from 12 and up have received the vaccine, adding, "We are eager to extend the protection afforded by the vaccine to this younger population, subject to regulatory authorization, especially as we track the spread of the Delta variant and the substantial threat it poses to children." The release adds that since July, pediatric cases of COVID-19 have risen by about 240% in the U.S., underscoring the public health need for vaccination. These trial results, it says, provide a strong foundation for seeking authorization of the vaccine for children 5 to 11 years old, and that it plans to submit them to the FDA and other regulators with urgency. The company also notes there were no cases of myocarditis, a type of heart inflammation reported among the trial group. The Bahamas recently joined the U.S. in administering the Pfizer vaccine to children 12 and older. Well, so far, more than 180,000 Bahamians have gotten a COVID-19 vaccination, with the interest seemingly growing at one center here in the capital, where the numbers have doubled. Our ZNES News intern, Cale Campbell, takes a closer look.
The COVID-19 pandemic continuing to take a toll on families, as teen Shantasia Minnis can attest. The 14-year-old recently lost a loved one.
I decided to take the vaccine today because my grandmother died from COVID, and I was really scared, so I decided to take it. Because people were saying it could kill you and stuff like that. From since my grandma died, I decided to take it.
Minnis was among the scores who turned out to the St. Anselm Roman Catholic Church to be vaccinated on Monday. She was accompanied by her paternal grandmother, who urged Bahamians to take the vaccine despite lingering apprehensions. This, having had her first shot in March with only minor side effects.
So, number one, I advise anybody who ain't take it yet, go and take it. Because you wanted to protect your mom, your dad, who get hypertension and other illness. And if this one, at least if you get it, this to take you out. This ain't no coming back. It is to take you out. But I advise anybody, they always say that the Lord make you wise, not foolish, you know. And I get mine from in March, and it ain't do me nothing.
Apprehensive at first, it was not until 63-year-old John Woodside lost a close relative that he had a change of heart.
After listening to all the good news, bad news, I made my wife decided to go and let's get it done today. He had a lot of negative, positive, but I get scared since my friends start dying, so I said, let me make it a point to do it now, rather wait till later and then I catch COVID. And it make me real sick, you know what I mean? So I said, let me take the shot, prevent the sickness, I'll be in good shape. I play domino with a lot of fellas, and one or two out, then I go a couple places, and then my aunt died, you know, so I said, let me go and take it one time. So I would be a certificate next couple of months or so, because I hang around with a lot of people. So I say, be on the safe side, let me take the shot.
At last count, the Bahamas had more than 20,000 COVID cases on record, with over 500 COVID deaths. Cale Campbell, ZNS Network News.
Well, meantime, a near-death experience with COVID-19 has one survivor sharing his story with the hopes of preventing others from experiencing something similar or worse. Cleopatra Murphy has that story.
After a close call with death, a Bahamian husband and father of two who wishes to remain anonymous was quick to join the more than 114,000 Bahamians who have chosen to protect themselves against COVID-19 by getting inoculated. He was diagnosed with COVID-19 and hospitalized for 8 days in April. Unsure if he would beat the virus and leave the facility alive, he is now urging others to give themselves a fighting chance and get vaccinated.
This virus is a deadly virus. It is one that is opportunistic. It affects multiple organ systems. I'm actually one where my digestive and immune systems were severely attacked, and I'm a healthy person. And I do this really for my family. My daughter, who's 8 months, she also had the virus along with my wife. And today we bought my 76-year-old mother-in-law to be vaccinated.
ZNS News caught up with the COVID-19 survivor at the Loyola Hall Vaccination Center, where he shared his feelings of helplessness at not being able to help his family that were all sick, including his 11-year-old son. His bout with the illness wasn't a walk in the park.
My colon was swollen. My blood pressure was at 80/50, so I was basically on death's door. You know, thankfully I didn't suffer the COVID pneumonia, but like I said, it attacked my digestive and immune systems. So it was really, really bad for me. I never had to go on a ventilator, thank God. You know, but like I said, I had to be pumped full of fluids constantly. I couldn't eat anything. I was very weak. It was tough.
Up to Sunday, the country had recorded 510 COVID-19 deaths. Grateful to have escaped the grips of death that so many were unable to avoid, the family man has a new lease on life and a message to share.
I looked death in the face and walked out, you know, so I'm a little bit more fearless now, but I'm also more cautious in that. And like I said, I'm going to say to my fellow Bahamians out there, take the vaccine. Okay, we are not going to win this war against COVID with persons of death detention. Stop listening to the conspiracy theories, because that's all they are, just conjecture and nonsense. All right, you know, we got to stop trusting these YouTube sources and these abstract persons on these websites.
He encourages the public to listen to the doctors who know what they are talking about, insisting that without the care and attention of the medical professionals that helped him, he would not be alive today. Cleopatra Murphy, ZNS Network News.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Tourism today. Bahamas Tourism today.
The Bahamas Ministry of Tourism, Aviation and Investments is thrilled to welcome Royal Caribbean's newest ship, the Odyssey of the Seas.
We are happy today that Odyssey is calling on Nassau, New Providence, one of the islands of the Bahamas. Thanks to its location and geography, the Bahamas is a natural cruising playground. We have leveraged these natural assets to build a leading tourism destination that in 2019 welcomed some 7.2 million visitors, 75% of whom were cruise guests. Our success in cruise tourism is attributed in great measure to the dedicated partnership of leading cruise lines such as Royal Caribbean International, a business partner whose loyalty has been steadfast both in good and in bad times. In returning to cruising, after the 16-month-long hiatus caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, you remember that RCI selected the home port in the Bahamas, a step which has greatly assisted our destination in its tourism recovery. The inaugural sailing that we celebrate today is another mark of RCI's commitment to a long-standing relationship and as a long-standing stakeholder in the economy of the Bahamas.
We are happy to say our destination is the region's go-to place where travelers head to escape and rejuvenate. I'm Danielle Bodie for Tourism Today.
At BPL, we are champions of safety.
It is at this core of every decision, every project, and before the start of every job, we think safe and we work safe.
We ensure that our work environment is clean and free of debris, and we perform daily inspection on our equipment, tools, and vehicles. These simple but important steps help us to be more productive and prevent possible injuries.
As employees, we realize that we have a responsibility to ourselves and our coworkers to follow all the necessary protocols. That means wearing the correct PPE for the jobs that we are about to tackle. Hard hats, steel-toe boots, proper eyewear, and company-issued uniforms.
It's a shared responsibility for us. By following these simple but important safety protocols, we'll reach our goal of getting to zero. Zero on-the-job injuries and zero lost-time accidents.
Join up for life insurance. Secure the ones that you love. Join up with Family Guardian. We offer full protection. Join the family. Join the family. Family Guardian. Protect the ones you love. A friend that you can trust. Family Guardian.
Life is better with Rubis Rewards. Just fuel up and swipe for your chance to win free fuel, cash back in our stores, restaurant and store discounts from our partners, plus prizes and surprises. It doesn't get better than this. Your Rubis Reward tag is free at every Rubis service station in New Providence. Get yours today. Rubis, it's just better.
When you want to save money on your tile supplies, who you gonna call? The Tile King. When you tile your house and you want to look good, who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Visit the new Tile King showroom, which is internationally recognized as the finest tile showroom in the Caribbean, located in the Builders Mall on Wolf Road.
The Tile King. Who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Tiles on everything.
You watch them grow and make plans for them even before they're old enough to talk. You spend a lifetime of sacrifice to pave the way for their success and create a tomorrow you too can be proud of. Can you tell who is the investor? At Leno, we believe everyone who has ever put a penny aside for a future dream is an investor. If you're new to investing, Leno's financial experts stand ready to design plans based on your goals. Let's sit down and explore the options one-on-one and see how, together, we can make your dreams come true. Whether considering traditional investments like a new home, car, your own business, security in retirement, or your child's college fund, we take the confusion out of the process and make an investor out of you. Call 396-3225 for an appointment. Leno, your bridge to the future.
From the crime beat this evening, police issuing all-points bulletin today for 4 men wanted for questioning in connection with a number of criminal offenses. Fern Carey has the story.
The 4 men police need your help in locating include 43-year-old Faris Neely, who's wanted by the Financial Crime Investigation Branch for stealing by reason of service. The Coral Lakes Road resident has a dark brown complexion, standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, and of a medium build. Officers also want to question 31-year-old Garden Hills resident Henry Toussaint in connection with stealing by reason of service offenses. The Creek Myrtle Drive resident has a dark brown complexion, standing 5 feet 11 inches tall and of a slim build. 33-year-old Jervin Lindbergh Williams is also wanted by police for stealing by reason of service. The Sandilands Village Road resident has a dark brown complexion, a heavy build, and he's 5 feet 10 inches tall. 30-year-old Murtho Noel of West Street is another suspect wanted by police. He's accused of fraud in connection with a false marriage. Noel has a dark brown complexion, a slim build, and he's 5 feet 11 inches tall. If you have any information on the whereabouts of any of these wanted men, contact the Criminal Investigation Department at 502-9991 or the Financial Crimes Unit at 356-6029. Fern Carey, ZNS Network News.
Meantime, the Court of Appeal refusing an application from International Oil Company TGO Limited seeking an extension of time to appeal a 2019 Supreme Court decision. The company was hoping to be granted leave to begin judicial review proceedings. Now, back in July of 2019, TGO Limited was directed by the Financial Secretary to produce documents requested within 28 days of the receipt of the notice. That's in keeping with the 2010 International Tax Cooperation Act. However, on November 5th, TGO sought leave to begin a judicial review of former Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance Peter Turnquest and the Financial Secretary's decision to issue the notice to produce the documents. However, the judge refused after finding that the application was unmeritorious. TGO then took its fight to the Court of Appeal, but was unsuccessful. This after the panel found that the judge in the lower court did not make an incorrect finding in refusing to begin judicial review proceedings, as the minister made no error in law. Further, there was no merit to TGO's contentions. In other news this evening, veteran educator Dr. Linda Davis has been appointed Vice President of Academic Affairs at the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute. Dr. Davis is not new to higher education administration, having served at the senior level for over 20 years. Her journey has taken her from the former College of the Bahamas, now University of the Bahamas, to the former Willock College in Boston, Massachusetts in the U.S., and back to the University of the Bahamas, where she served recently as provost. BTVI President Dr. Robert Robertson noted that in joining the BTVI team, Dr. Davis brings her breadth of knowledge along with her extensive experience and expertise in higher education to the role she now assumes. Dr. Davis says she considers it a privilege to have been selected to the post, noting that the challenge now is to find new ways to educate and help students adapt to the rapidly changing needs of industry. A love for anime piqued an interest in a Bahamian student studying in Canada. The third-year commerce major is minoring in Japanese and enjoying every minute of it, though difficult at times. She shared a story with our Jiminita Swain.
A senior at Mount Allison University in Canada, Kavani Stubbs is immersing herself in the world of Japanese. And if you're wondering how and why, listen in.
I was a huge anime fan in grade 9, and I just thought it would be a huge flex if I could watch it without any subtitles. But so that was initially what got me into it. But after, because I'm the type of person, if I start something, I want to be like very knowledgeable about it, and I didn't want to do like culture appropriation. I want to lean more into culture appreciation.
While that anime love persists, Kaepernick admits learning this language for the past 2 years is not without its challenges.
It's very difficult. It's very, very, very difficult. Well, first of all, it's just that Japanese, ancient Japanese, basically, they started with two writing system, the hiragana and the katakana system. And it's very long and very drawn out. So what they did was they borrowed characters from Chinese, basically, and they gave it their own meaning. So that what kind of makes Japanese a little more difficult, especially when you're writing kanji. I guess kanji is the most difficult aspect.
As for why she'll continue her Japanese studies.
The reason why I kind of picked Japanese, because I'm a commerce major and concentrating in accounting. And like, there's a lot of people that's doing business, and specifically, there's a lot of people that's touching finance and accounting. So I wanted to do something besides like speaking, like reading, watching anime without the subtitles. I wanted something that made me stand out, especially for business interviews on my resume. I needed something to make me stand out.
Kaepernick hopes to one day live in Japan following her continued studies. Jimenita Swain, ZNS Network News.
Well, as we head to the break, we'd like to thank all our viewers watching us live on our social media platforms. And just in case you missed the news, be sure to head there to catch up. Stay with us. There's more after the break.
Today is a day for fun. Today is a day for family. So why should yesterday's worries affect my today? That's why I insure my family with J.S. Johnson, because their mission is to provide us with the best insurance coverage possible. With J.S. Johnson, I know my family comes first, so I take comfort in knowing that they always have us covered, providing us with a great today and an even better tomorrow.
J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, giving you peace of mind.
Hurricane season is upon us. Be prepared. BAF General can cover your home and belongings with an affordable and comprehensive hurricane plan. Remember, your home may be the largest investment ever. Keep it covered with BAF General Insurance this hurricane season.
BAF, that's BAF for life.
Take these great specials home in Super Value tote bags, 2 for $3. Best Yet cornflakes, 18-ounce, $2.69. Rainbow evaporated milk, large can, 2 for 99 cents. Coca-Cola sodas, 6-pack, 12-ounce size, $3.29. Danish spare ribs, $2.29 per pound. Sweet Gala apples, 3-pound bag, $3.99. Open Monday through Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. with double stamps on Sundays. That's Super Value and quality supermarkets.
Shell Unleaded improves your fuel economy, giving increased miles per gallon, allowing you to do more of what you really want. Special additives used in Shell Unleaded improve your engine's efficiency. So go further with Shell Unleaded. Venture out to beaches, Junkanoo, and festivals and bring home memories that will last a lifetime. Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you. At the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771. How the smartest shoppers are shopping in Nassau. Variety disposable products versus the other guys. $120.40 versus $150. Variety disposable products, 25% savings. Bingo, save $3. Padilla, save $2. Bounty hand towel, $1. And that's how the smartest shoppers saved over $30 on this cart at Variety Disposable.
Quite a feat for the top industry. The country's beauty and signaturification experience have led it to securing 20 nominations for this year's Caribbean Journal Traveler's Choice Awards. Those categories include Best Beach, Best Cultural Destination, Best Family Resort in the Caribbean, Best Caribbean Wedding Destination, and more. Director General of Tourism Joy Gibberlou sees the nominations as encouraging affirmation of the commitment of local tourism professionals who work diligently to deliver service and product excellence to travelers. Bahamians are encouraged to vote online at www.surveymonkey.com. Voting continues until the end of October, with the winners to be announced November 15th. Well, it's time now for a check on Family Island weather with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Patricia. We're under mostly cloudy skies at the moment. Temperature, it's 88 degrees. Relative humidity, 58%. We have southeast winds at 10 miles per hour. The barometric pressure, 1,015.0 millibars. That's 29.97 inches, and the pressure is steady. Temperatures around the islands this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 84 in Freeport, Grand Bahama, and Grand Toll Key. Marshall at 85. 85 also in the Berry Islands and Alistown. Bimini, Harbor Island, 84. Rock, Sandy, Eleuthera, 85. Black Point, Exuma, 86. 86 also in Kemp's Bay, St. Andrews. Fresh Creek in Central Andrews, 85 degrees. 85s in Alistown, Cat Island, San Salvador, Rum Key, and Georgetown. Exuma, 85s again in Rycat Island, Clarence Sound, Long Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, 86. Acklands, 86. Matthew Tiny Nagua also reporting 86. And the Turks and Caicos Islands at 84 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Paint Setter. In the Northwest Islands tonight through Tuesday, you can anticipate easterly winds at 10 to 15 knots and the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. Tide-wise is going to be high at 8:24 tonight, another high tide at 8:45 tomorrow morning. And for the central and southeastern islands through Tuesday, easterly winds, the speed's a little stronger at 12 to 18 knots and the wave heights 3 to 6 feet. So caution flags and place for your boaters in the central and southeastern islands into Tuesday. And then on Wednesday midweek, the winds fall off light and variable in the northwest Bahamas with flat seas. High tide 9:25 in the morning, low tide 3:41 in the afternoon. In the central Bahamas on Wednesday, easterly winds 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet. And for the southeast Bahamas, a northeast flow at 10 to 15 and the wave heights 2 to 4. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
That man in the boat passing through. Now what you gonna do? That man in the boat passing through. Now what don't care if you're calling or not. Passing through. What? Now what you gonna do? That man in the boat passing through. Now what you gonna do? I wind on something. Wind up on something. Shake up on something. Wind up on something. Now dance up on something. Wind up on something. Shake up on something. Wind up on something. It's free. Got the time. Time to join the line. Time to lose your mind.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned. Your extended weather forecast is still ahead.
Hey, yeah, I just reached. I asked him now because they close in like 5 minutes. Okay, hold on. Oh, sorry. Hi. I heard y'all added more things to pay, like government fees or something.
Yes, sir. We're now accepting payments for Department of Immigration, Department of Labor, and the Royal Bahamas Police Force.
Okay, good. I come to pay a police record and a labor certificate.
Okay, no problem. What's the name?
Uncle Boogaloo.
What's the first name?
Uncle.
And the last?
Boogaloo. You in the system.
Are you paying by cash, sir?
Coins.
Pardon?
Oh, and you could put a couple of them coins on my BPL bill. They just cut me off last night. I don't know what happened. Hey, Uncle, you straight. Okay. Yeah, don't forget my horse fish now.
Pay your government fees today at Cash and Go.
guys, it's Shay here, and welcome to our first installment of Alive's Community Corner. Not only is Alive a digital service provider, and beyond those great deals and services that we provide you, Alive is committed to the community. So here's a look at what we did for Mother's and Father's Day. This episode, and we look forward to sharing with you so many more of our community moments. So why Alive? Because you deserve it.
Financial resilience is the ability to withstand and recover from temporary financial hardship and disruptions.
Hi, I'm Ed Fields.
My name is Hope Stroman.
I'm Franklin Butler. My name is Patrick Ward.
I am Roselle Boxey.
This is Kwesi Thompson. Let's talk financial resilience for a few minutes.
To learn more, visit the Securities Commission of the Bahamas website at scb.gov.bs.
I miss going out with my friends and dancing the night away.
I miss being asked to want to sit inside or outside at a restaurant.
I really miss traveling without having to get these COVID tests stuck up my nose.
I miss not having to wear a mask everywhere.
I miss going out to see a late night movie.
Want the pandemic to end? Make your appointment now to get vaccinated.
This message has been brought to you by the Government of the Bahamas in conjunction with the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
Everyone's excited about the $8 meal of the day. Every day, it's a different 6-inch sub, plus chips and a 20-ounce drink for just $8. That feels like fresh value. Come in any day of the week for one of your favorite 6-inch subs. Like turkey breast, meatball marinara, sweet onion chicken teriyaki, Black Forest ham, Italian BMT, oven roasted chicken, and tuna. Then add chips and a 20-ounce drink, and you've got the $8 meal of the day. A great meal at a great price every day of the week. Only at Subway.
Simplify your life with Ship. Office, technology, available in 2 locations, Harbour Bay and Madeira Street, Nassau. We provide a variety of affordable electronics, including laptops, tablets, and much more. Our shipping department provides flexible and next-day shipping, with affordable rates as low as $1.49 per pound. Both locations have a wide range of services such as shipping, technology, and locksmithing. Our office rentals start as low as $450 a month. Visit our stores today and let us help you simplify your life.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Apart from time spent as a senior manager at J.S. Johnson Company, sports enthusiast Charles Johnson years ago set his sights on competing in one of the most grueling races on earth, marathons.
Started running just out here on the beach and really had great difficulty running a quarter mile. I continued with it, and I had no particular goal in mind in terms of running marathons. It was something that I didn't even contemplate. But I got into running further and further, and the idea came about. Probably about 15 years ago, I decided to run the Miami half marathon, and that was the first time I was exposed to marathon running at that magnitude.
After a long layoff due to the pandemic, Charles will compete in an in-person marathon in Berlin, Germany on September 26.
The marathon training schedule is going to require at least running 4 times per week, in my opinion, and an average of 30 to 40 miles per week will get you in good marathon running shape, in 12 weeks. Of course, distance running, there's no guarantees because conditions determine how well you will do on that particular day. Fortunately for persons like myself, training in the Bahamas in this humidity and running an event in Berlin or one of the northern countries where it's usually cooler, it worked to my advantage, and allowed me to perform, a little bit better.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Not having the choice to dine indoors is so 2020. Make your appointment to be vaccinated today.
This message has been brought to you by the Government of the Bahamas in conjunction with the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
At Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center, we provide imaging services to meet all your family's needs. Same goes for imaging at Grosvenor. We're the imaging experts. We never schedule multiple appointments, so you'll be in and out in no time. And if your initial screening reveals a concern, our radiology specialist can consult your doctor and conduct an alternative screening right then and there. Results are ready within 24 hours. Call 328-8157 to schedule an appointment at Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center or Imaging at Grosvenor today.
Are you tired of playing the guessing game with garbage collectors?
Yeah.
Well, Impact Waste has a solution for you.
Okay.
Here's how we do it. Go to www.impactwaste.com, submit a service request, and pay online. It's that simple. Choose Impact Waste for all of your residential and commercial sanitization needs. Contact Impact Waste today.
Best rate, no delays. Best rate, no delays.
BTC gives more savings on the best fiber internet. It's super fast with super savings in every package. Compare and see for yourself. Enjoy the best home internet experience for all your work, study, and entertainment.
Best rate, no delays. Best rate, no delays.
Visit a BTC store to sign up for the best internet experience on the Bahamas' best fiber network.
I miss going out with my friends and dancing the night away.
I miss being asked, do you want to sit inside or outside at a restaurant?
I really miss traveling without having to get these COVID tests stuck up my nose.
I miss not having to wear a mask everywhere.
I miss going out to see a late night movie.
Want the pandemic to end? Make your appointment now to get vaccinated.
This message has been brought to you by the Government of the Bahamas in conjunction with the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
Do you know that one of the main reasons for medication failure is due to non-adherence to medications? It is important that you follow these 4 R's when taking your medications. Right drug, right dose, right time, and right way. Right drug. Remember that each medication is specific for each individual, and what may work for one person may not work for the other. Therefore, you should not share your drugs. Right dose. Taking more or less than what is prescribed by your provider may cause you to either run out of your pills faster, it may affect your kidneys or liver, and it may even worsen your medical condition. Right time. Taking medications when told ensures that you have enough medication in your body to fight off the illness you may have. Skipping doses may lead to drug resistance. Right way. If your medication calls for you to take it whole, with food, or at night only, please follow these directions as there may be side effects. Make a commitment today to be adherent to your medication regimen and practice healthy living.
This message has been brought to you by the Bahamas AIDS Foundation with funding provided by PEPFAR, USAID Local Capacity Initiative Small Grant.
Colon cancer is the third most common cancer affecting Bahamians. Your risk of developing colon cancer is increased if you have a personal history of colorectal cancer or colon polyps, a family history of colon cancer, or inflammatory bowel diseases such as ulcerative colitis. Other factors that can increase your risk of developing colon cancer are low-fiber, high-fat diets, a sedentary lifestyle, obesity, smoking, and alcohol. You can take steps to reduce your risk of colon cancer by making specific lifestyle changes. Eat a variety of fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. These foods contain fiber, minerals, vitamins, and antioxidants, which may play a role in cancer prevention. Drink alcohol in moderation or not at all. Do not smoke. Exercise with a goal of getting in at least 30 minutes each day. If you've been inactive, start slowly and gradually build up to 30 minutes. Also, talk to your doctor before starting any exercise program. Maintain a healthy weight. If you're at a healthy weight, maintain it by combining a well-balanced diet with daily exercise. If you need to lose weight, ask your doctor about healthy ways to achieve your goal. Colon cancer screening can also help to prevent colon cancer or lead to its early detection when treatment is most effective. If you're 45 years or older, speak to your doctor about having a colonoscopy or some form of colon cancer screening that may be appropriate for you. I'm Dr. Eugene Marcus Cooper. Pay attention to your health. Get the facts and discuss colon cancer with your physician today.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health in partnership with the Public Hospitals Authority.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather in the tropics, Peter continues to hold on to tropical storm status, backing winds of 50 miles per hour. Peter's moving towards the west-northwest at some 14 miles per hour, and a turn towards the north and then eventually northeast is expected over the next couple of days, with also some weakening taking place. And with that trajectory, that should keep Peter well away from the Bahamas. And then we have in the far eastern Atlantic, tropical storm Rose. Rose is just to the northeast of the Cape Verde Islands, moving towards the northwest at about 16 miles per hour. This one has wind speeds of about 40 miles per hour, and again, this will only be a problem to the shipping lanes. And then in our satellite picture, that mid to upper level troughing still lingering around the northwest Bahamas. It will continue to produce pockets of showers and thunderstorms, particularly around Grand Bahama, Abaco, and the Bimini areas, some of which will also affect parts of the Berry Islands as well. Forecast for tonight, partly cloudy with a couple of showers, very possible, 77 degrees for your low temperature. And tomorrow, we are looking at partly sunny with a passing shower, even an isolated thunderstorm in the mix as well. Temperature-wise, going to get up to about 89 degrees tomorrow, and the extended weather forecast getting back up into the 90s. But we'll have showers with us right into Wednesday, but thereafter, skies will start clearing quite nicely. Heading into the weekend, we're looking for an abundance of sunshine. Orchestra.
Well, thanks, Basil. That does it for the Bahamas tonight. We thank you for continuing to make ZNS your #1 news and information network. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. On behalf of the entire team here, thanks for watching and good night.